Hey guys, it's Matt. I just got out of the Oklahoma State Capitol. We were in a Senate committee hearing on a bill regarding cryptocurrencies and exempting it from state security laws. It was introduced by Senator Nathan Dahm. I've helped him or advised him on it and gave my thoughts, so he invited me to come down to maybe answer any questions for the senators. It was fun, but I was shocked that there weren't a lot of questions, and that may have been because there were either people don't understand it or they don't know how to ask the right questions. The positive news is that the bill wasn't entirely killed. It was actually tabled. So what's going to happen is they struck the title on it and they're going to allow it to be reworked. Supposedly the chairman is not a big fan of quote-unquote cryptocurrencies, but is a fan of blockchain technology. Now, that's just out of ignorance because he doesn't understand the technology in the appropriate understanding or light. So, for instance, cryptocurrency is built on blockchain technology, and cryptocurrencies aren't just a form of money, but they can also be an asset. So you can tokenize a physical item, you can tokenize access to things. So you're taking economic value, you're taking assets, and you're digitally tokenizing them and creating a representation in a digital world on a distributed ledger. And then there's also the securities. So cryptocurrencies can act like a security, which could be like a form of company stock or debt. But what I really wanted to get across in that committee hearing was the difference, and how if we can establish the difference and be very, very friendly to this industry, this has the potential. The cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, this is an emerging asset class. It's an emerging industry. It has the potential to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And the thing that we want to do as a state is we want to attract businesses. We want to attract developers. We want to attract exchanges. We want to attract hardware developers. We want to attract talent and money to the state of Oklahoma in order to boost our economic activity and our value. What cryptocurrency is going to do, it's going to revolutionize. Blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies are going to revolutionize the way we do business, the way we transfer assets, the way that we take value and have those representations of those values and transact and share with each other in fractional senses as well. Like, for example, Bitcoin's divisible by 8 decimal points. So it all depends on how the code is developed, how the project is initiated and distributed. The one thing that you'll notice, especially at the SEC level, the federal level, which regulates securities, they have been talking and tossing around this idea that, yes, not every cryptocurrency is a security, and the more decentralized it is, then the less likelihood it is to meet the definition of a security, because it's not owned by one person or company, it's not controlled by one person or company. So as it decentralizes and is not controlled by these entities, then it just changes the game. And so what they're talking about at the SEC level is they want to essentially potentially create a 3-year grace window, grace period, where developers or a company can create a cryptocurrency project. And yes, it'll probably start out somewhat centralized, but the goal is to create a letter of intent to let them know that the goal is to decentralize this, to hand over control, to distribute all of these assets, to distribute this product or service, whatever it might be. Perfect example is the Brave browser, which has a built-in cryptocurrency called the BAT token, which represents this idea of basic attention. So you're getting rewarded for your attention. So what makes this browser possible in its activities and its features is you can download this browser and you can, as the user, be rewarded with BAT tokens for your attention. So when an advertiser jumps on to this browser, which is open source software, which is being decentralized, the point is to take those advertising dollars and have those advertising dollars go directly to the people who are maybe publishing content or the people who are viewing the ads. So it cuts out a lot of the friction, a lot of the middleman, and it takes 70% of these funds, these advertising funds, and gives them to the people. And the goal is to continue to obviously expand and decentralize. But the beautiful thing about it is if we can let companies know and let developers know and let projects know that Oklahoma is a friendly place to do business, that we lay down the welcome mat, and that we allow for this technology and this industry to develop in Oklahoma, and that we're not going to be taking regulators and coming down their back and slapping them with titles that don't actually apply to them, because A, that's either not their intent, or the project is extremely decentralized and it was just a code that was distributed across the internet. People started downloading it, starting running full nodes of the software, and there's truly no person to come to the Secretary of State or to come to the regulatory agency to submit a letter of intent and show what this is all about and how it's not a security, it's not company stock, it's not debt or representation of debt. So I think when I walked away with this was I was encouraged, because there is room to work. We can talk to these lawmakers. We can get them to understand what the difference is between a cryptocurrency, a crypto utility token, and then also a cryptocurrency that acts like a security. For instance, example of that would be some big corporation wants to issue shares of its stock on a blockchain, and people buy that up, and they know it's a financial investment, and then they end up selling it or trading it or whatever it is. But it's just like with these utility tokens. Like if you're taking a form of digital value, a representation of digital value, and it works like maybe like a ticket into a concert or into an ecosystem of some sort. There may be a limited amount of those tokens or quote unquote tickets to get into that ecosystem, but the value of that will rise when the demand continues to grow for those. And it's like no different than when, yes, concert tickets aren't money, and I'm just using this as an example because it's fresh on my mind. But as more people want to go to that concert, as more people want to see it, if it's sold out and there's still a high demand for it, people are going to go out on the street and they're going to sell their tickets for double, triple, quadruple, whatever it is that they paid originally for that ticket. And so cryptocurrencies, it's a unique development. It's the digitization of assets, and it's going to revolutionize It's going to revolutionize money. It's going to revolutionize assets and representation of economic value across the internet. It's going to do, blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies is going to do for these assets and money in general what the internet did for information. And the goal is freedom. The goal is to allow you as a citizen to be able to use your time or a representation of your time, your energy, your wealth, your freedom, however you like. It is a natural right. Money is simply our economic output. Our energy, our time is a natural right. We have the right to do what we wish with our economic value, our time, our energy, our wealth. That's all money really is. It's a representation of those things. And yes, money has different principles that make it money. But whatever vehicle that we're using to represent this wealth or this economic energy or input and output, then we have the right to use it as we see fit. And that's really my hope with all this, is I want Oklahoma to understand the difference. I want to be able to see this industry grow here, because it will attract lots of businesses, lots of developers, lots of great talent, lots of great people. It's coming. I mean, the federal government's talking about it. Congress is talking about it. The world is talking about it. Central banks are talking about it. Everybody is talking about it, because we are in the stages of the internet where the internet was in 1994. People were like, oh, is email internet? Is internet email? I mean, there's a huge misunderstanding of what's really taking place, and I'm here to try to help clear up the fog and clear up any misunderstandings or any scary thoughts that people have about blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, because all it basically is a decentralized ledger in which people use to transact economic value. So it's a long video. Sorry for rambling, but just wanted to share an update.